Hi there. In this video, we will discuss the summary of the 8th chapter of Ibong Adarna, titled The Rescue of Don Pedro and Don Diego, from stanzas 216 to 225. We will also study the important events, characters, settings, and the lessons, messages, or implications found in this chapter. Let's begin. The hermit instructs Don Juan to fetch a jar and fill it with water. According to the hermit, the water from the jar must be poured over two headstone-like rocks to turn them back into humans. Don Juan follows the instructions and carefully pours water over the two rocks, which immediately transform back into his brothers, Don Pedro and Don Diego. When Don Pedro sees Don Juan, he stands up and embraces his brother while they both cry. Don Diego also returns to human form and hugs Don Juan. The three brothers reunite and express their love for one another. However, amid their joy, they suddenly remember their sick father and decide to return to the hermit's house to celebrate their reunion and their triumph over the challenges they faced. Now, let's move on to the important events in this chapter. The hermit instructs Don Juan to fetch water from the jar and pour it over the two rocks. Don Pedro and Don Diego are brought back to life from being stones after Don Juan pours water on them. The three brothers reunite and embrace one another upon seeing each other again. They return to the hermit's house to celebrate their rescue and reunion. They think of their father, the king, and the need to return to the kingdom. Important characters: Don Juan, the youngest prince who helps bring his brothers back to life from being stones. Hermit, the old man who provides the solution to Don Juan to revive his brothers. Don Pedro and Don Diego, Don Juan's brothers, whom he helps restore from being stones after they were hit by the droppings of the Ibong Adarna. Let us now proceed to the setting of this chapter. The events took place near the two rocks that were once Don Pedro and Don Diego, and at the hermit's house, where they celebrated after being restored to human form. Here are some of the lessons shown in this chapter. Despite all the hardships Don Juan endured, he showed unconditional love for his brothers. He did not hesitate to follow the hermit's instructions to revive Don Pedro and Don Diego, demonstrating pure love and care. The reunion of the brothers brought joy and peace to their hearts. This shows that unity in the family brings happiness and strengthens each member, no matter what they have been through. Don Juan's obedience to the hermit's instructions was key to bringing his brothers back to life. This teaches that following and respecting the advice of those who know more can lead to good results. And that concludes the 8th chapter of Ibong Adarna, titled The Rescue of Don Pedro and Don Diego. What did you learn from this lesson? Share your answers in the comments. We also encourage you to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to stay updated with our future videos. Until next time, thank you for watching.